will kick it away to start us off. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. The Cornhuskers offense will take the field first. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, like all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
They'll give it to the back. He's got a yard out to the 30-yard line. The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yeah, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some support.
And the ball squirted out. Recovers the fumble, and he's on the move. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. The Huskers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. There he goes. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
First down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another first down. Gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got a burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense. Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Balls and fired complete. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
Oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. So the Maryland Terrapins offense will go to work for the first time today. And, Jesse, this is going to be a fun test. This receiver, if you leave him in man coverage, you might be in for some trouble.
And so when you get him in the one-on-ones, you got to throw his way. He's a really good route runner. He can catch the football. And then when the defense decides to double cover him, take him away, that's when you go somewhere else with the football or you run it. The balance in this offense, based on how they play him, I think is big today.
Yeah, and that's what you've got to do as a defense. Sometimes you double team him, sometimes you play zone, mix it up, give different looks, because he is a guy. He's shown the ability to burn your defense and make big plays.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. This crowd bringing the energy and noise early. Looking to pass. It's Washington. Here comes the heat. Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
And they pick up just a few on that completion.
Look, as an offense, you're always going to take completions over incompletions and interceptions. So the offense, they're able to make that third down a little bit more manageable, but honestly, not that much.
Third down, and the Husker faithful getting loud, trying to make moving the chains impossible. From the gun, wants to pass. And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38. The Terrapins will line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. He'll field the punt and try to make something happen. He'll get it to about the 25 before they put a stop to the return. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. That last drive was promising at times, but stalled out, and they turned it over on downs, Jesse.
I think they got to do a better job here, just being better early in the downs. On first downs, finding positive plays.
Yeah, and it's frustrating when you move the football and get stopped on the other side of the field and get no points. But they've had some success, and I like the aggressiveness. They just got to cash some of these drives in.
Wants to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. Wide receiver going in motion. Tight end in motion. See how the D reacts. Quarterback keeper. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Huskers are in a mess here on 3rd and a mile. Looking for a man. It's Raiola. Throws to the wideout. Fires into traffic. It's picked off. He stopped, not much on the return, but a whole lot in getting the football.
Well, the offense turns it over, and talking to their coaching staff before this game, they talked about how important it was to have good ball security and not give the opponent extra possessions. That time, poor decision by the quarterback, and the defense made them pay.
They're dealing with a second and long. After the incompletion, they go back up top. Caught in the backfield, it's Williams. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
I like the play call on offense. I like you trying to get the running back involved in the pass game, too. Defense was ready for that one. Let's see what you've got dialed up on 3rd.
And the Terrapins need their binoculars to find that line to gain here on 3rd down. Quickly to the tight end. He'll be brought down at the 46, and he is well short of that first down marker. 4th down coming. The Terrapins decide to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to field that punt as it rolls out of bounds. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes.
He's running free down the middle. The 50. And they pick up a better than 30 yards on that completion before the defense brings him down. The Cornhuskers, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him. The Huskers in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They go right back to him. Turning it on! They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. Defense has dominated the early part of this game, and the stats point that out emphatically. So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Dropping back, it's Raiola. Got out of trouble and throws. Quickly complete. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. They want to run this quarterback. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. And the Huskers are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. Quarterback keeps it. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Never a doubt. And with that, they break the seal on the scoring. It's 3-0. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. They're looking for any type of offense to try to get this thing going down 3-0. Makes the catch. It's Cooper. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. Grab behind the line. It's Scott. And a 9-yard gain on 1st down leaves him with 2nd and short. Leaves it with the back. And the Terrapins are stopped, but not before getting the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Fires to the wideout. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Terrapins want to crank the tempo.
Man, I love those guys that are willing to put their body on the line, and he does it right here, man. Just lays out. That ball's coming in. You can see it from several yards out, making that play, laying out, keeping the football from touching the turf. Great concentration, great effort by the receiver.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. To the air. It's Washington. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. I think on that last completion, it was a good example of it.
When you have scrambling quarterbacks, you got to have a spot. You got to have somebody in the middle of the field. Everybody's playing coverage, but that guy's job is to focus on the quarterback and make sure he doesn't scramble and make big plays like this with his feet.
Touchdown, Maryland! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, let's recap that ACC matchup that has just gone final. Duke had an impressive showing at home today, and I know the fans outside Krzyzewskiville are ready for hoops, but pay attention to what's happening on the gridiron too, people. One thing we can always count on in the ACC is a spirited battle and a game that will make waves all along the Eastern Seaboard.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Give to the running back. Keeps it moving for a 3-yard gain to the 24.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football. You can tell.
He'll get a fresh set down, stopped at the 31-yard line. The Cornhuskers with the 1st and 10. it off to Johnson. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
If you're going to stop the run game, you better be physical up front on the defensive line. They've got some maulers. They've got some dudes with bad intentions. Nice play there.
Looking for a crease to the left. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35.
Just a simple power play. Power football. Be strong, be big, be physical. Make it a fourth quarter game. Make them feel you. Keep them off balance.
Offense breaks the huddle. It's 3rd down. To throw, it's Raiola. Grabbed over the middle. It's Johnson. Oh, he's got some space. He's got 1st down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. This quarterback part of their running game. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Leaves it with the back. Got the 1st down and more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground.
It's a really nice job of the offense mixing it up on this drive. We've seen some nice plays throwing it, and how about that one running it too? Great push up front.
Red pass is complete. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far, but starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. They'll give it to Johnson. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They'll run it. It's Johnson. He's brought down at the 6, but the defense feeling the heat to make a stop here. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
At this part of the field in the red zone, offensively, you're bringing all these tight ends in the game. You'd like to be more physical at the point of attack. That's why you're bringing the big bodies in, but they couldn't get it done up front, and as a result, it's a negative play.
The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down, they can pick up the 1st without scoring. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the 1st down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Chance with a trip to the end zone. That touchdown was a clinic in keeping your offense on the field and wearing the other defense out.
Sometimes your best defense is your own offense. Being able to stay on the field. You're absolutely right, Ruiz. That was a clinic. Running the ball, playing at great rhythm and pace. QB making good, smart decisions and not shooting yourselves in the foot. No penalties, no turnovers. It doesn't get any better than that last drive.
Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. This late in the half, you're behind. You'd love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
But you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Palmer. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Quick tempo, no huddle offense. Second down, clock's running. Back to pass, it's Washington. Here's the pressure. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Man, the defense smells blood in the water. You can tell. They are getting to this quarterback over and over and over. They've already sacked him a couple times. They're just winning up front. They almost got another sack on that last play.
And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. A high kick trying to pin them deep. Fair catch called for and taken at the 30-yard line. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Trying to make magic with his feet. They make the stop, and that is the end of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, a lot of ways to describe those first two quarters in Lincoln, but let's just go with notable.
The Huskers will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. After the lack of production in the first half, plenty to talk about. Let's see what they can dial up here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think you stay calm. I think you make adjustments, Jesse. I think you realize what they're doing to us and how can I attack that. But you also tell the guys, low-scoring game, still very much in this. We can still be who we are.
It's a good point. I think on offense, this is not the time to reinvent the wheel. I think you stay true to who you are and what your identity is. And you've got to show confidence in your guys to go out and just execute better here in the second half.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Webb. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag. Just when they thought they had the big play, the penalty wipes it out. Offense getting set for first down. Motion from the back. Back to pass, it's Washington. Looking down the middle. Wide open downfield. Big play for this offense as they get it to the 32. And the Terrapins will hustle to the line.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down, and they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They
just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
This defense so far, they've understood the mission. The mission is to get this fast, speedy quarterback on the ground. And they've got to him early, they've got to him often, and most importantly, they continue to get him on the ground and create these negative plays for this offense that creates a big hole for them.
They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
On third and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. He'll try to do it himself. Oh, he just avoided taking a big hit with the slide. Now on fourth down, they'll try to come away with 3. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. The field goal is no good. And after the miss, they're still down by a field goal. First play of this drive comes from the 35-yard line. Caught behind the line. It's Hunter. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple of yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Off the bootleg, wants to throw it. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
It'll be 3rd and long. Off the bootleg, looking to fire. Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29. And the Huskers will send out the punt unit. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. This punt will be down just inside the 40-yard line. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Pretty good effort on that one to work his way up to the 42.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
The black shirts looking to this crowd, and they are delivering energy on this big 3rd down. Just a short pass to the tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the 1st down.
I got to be honest, guys. I'm a little surprised by the coverage on that play. It's 3rd and short. You can't allow a hitch route to pick up the 1st down. You've got to have way tighter coverage than that.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Caught in the backfield. It's Williams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
And just no hesitation there by the quarterback, right? Primary target not open, so find your check down. Where's my running back? Yeah, I know I'm under pressure, and I know I'm going to get hit, but I'm not taking a sack. I'm going to find a way for us to get a few extra yards here.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
I think if you're the coaching staff, you have to like what you've seen from this guy so far in the game. He's pumped out some really nice runs. Obviously, he's already scored a touchdown. Really nice run there as well. And for me, I would keep thinking about creative ways of getting this guy the ball as the game goes on during the 2nd half.
He just needed a yard on 3rd down, and there just wasn't any room to pick it up.
Great job at contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened there.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Grab near the sticks. It's Manning. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. The Terrapins look to keep this drive humming. Power football with the run. Not much there on the run. He gets 1 to the 31.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
Got his man downfield. Finally corralled, but not before. He picked up the 1st down.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you even start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He has kept those big, powerful thighs churning, but he'll be knocked down at the 1. Looking for just 1 more yard. It's 2nd and goal. Wide receiver comes in motion. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. Touchdown, Terrapins! They take the lead with the 6. Lining up to tack 1 more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they're up 14 to 10. That drive covered 62 yards for the touchdown. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. The Cornhuskers ready to go back to work on offense. Last time they had it, didn't pick up a first down. Let's see if they can put something together here. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection.
Well, you can see the frustration on this guy's face. He's one of the best receivers in college football, and they knew coming into this game that he had to get touches, but you can't say enough about how good this defense has been defending him. They've always had an answer, whether it's single coverage, double coverage.
Breaks into the open. They finally get him on the ground, but he's got an explosive play for the first down. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open, because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Trying to impose their will with the run. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
I think that was an example of the offensive coordinator trying to help out his quarterback. He's trying to keep these third downs manageable. You know, you throw the ball on second down and it's incomplete. Now you've set up third and long, and now you're set up to fail.
Leaves it with the running back. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. The Cornhuskers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. He'll try the left side. They get him on the ground, and that'll be the final play of this third period. We've come to the end of the quarter, and Maryland has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. They had a chance to mull things over. Let's see how they start the final period here on second down. Rides to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
Back to throw, it's Raiola. Dumps it off in the flats. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. They were really hopeful he could make a guy or two miss and pick up the first down, but he comes up a little short.
Yeah, and it's great defense. It's defense understanding where the sticks are, not missing tackles, getting the guy on the ground quickly. Really nice job by the defense understanding the situation.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down.
Love the call going RPO here on fourth and short. And how about the running back? This is a guy that gets the tough yards. He finds ways to get those hidden yards. He can push the pile, drive the legs. He shows you.
There he goes. Got some room, headed to the goal line. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to...
Touchdown, Huskers! They move on top here in the fourth.
Man, I love this offense being able to run the football late in the game when it matters and punch it in for the touchdown, and more importantly, take the lead.
And it's good, and he pushes the lead to 3. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Maryland has the ball back, and the Terrapin offense ready to go. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Unloads to the right. Got him downfield. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. And the Terrapins are in the hurry-up.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
You know what? Everybody gets energized on the whole football team when you got running backs that fight for extra yards and breaks tackles. It's awesome to watch. Everybody literally gets a little jolt of energy as that guy continues to fight for everything he gets.
Well, this running back has had a pretty good day so far in this game, and I think the key right now is for the defense to find a way to slow him down. He had a good run 2 plays ago. The defense gets the TFL on this one. I think you got to change up your fronts defensively and try to give this offensive line different alignment looks to see if they can confuse him.
These fans stepping up to help this defense on 3rd down. Pocket breaking down. Can't find the man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40. The Terrapins send out the punt unit. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. And here comes the Nebraska offense back onto the field. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. If you like old-fashioned, grind-it-up, run-over-'em football, that last touchdown drive was for you, Jesse.
That was impressive, man. Great blocking up front and tough physical running by these ball carriers.
And now you wonder how the defense responds. Like, are they going to get way more aggressive to try to stop the run? I got to do something to break the rhythm of that running game.
They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Huskers come to the ball, trying to pick up this 3rd and short. Fire right, trying to convert. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the Huskers have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the back. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
This offense thinks that they have enough left in the tank here to run the football and run all the time off the clock. They got the lead late. Didn't get the 1st down on that last one, but it's not going to surprise anybody if they turn around and hand it off again here.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now facing a 3rd and long. Wants to throw. It's Raiola. He's going to take off. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact.
And every possession later in the game means so much more. You start getting the 4th quarter, 1-possession games. QB drops back and makes these 1st downs. These extra set of downs now become so much more important late in these ball games.
The clock winds down to the 2-minute timeout, and this offense will try to drain away the time and secure the victory. Now on 1st down from the 28. Looking for space. It's Ives. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Might be changing the route. They'll run the toss. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss.
And that's exactly what you would expect from this offense. Listen, when you're in that 1 to 2 minute range and you got the football and you got a lead, it's smash mouth, it's keep that clock running, it's ground game. So interesting now on this third down what they do next, but we got to keep that clock moving.
Off play action. And the pressure will get there. The sack. Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play.
Well, here we are late in the game, and this secondary, they are still covering. They forced the QB to hold on to it, and then he bailed out trying to buy himself more time. And because he couldn't get rid of the football so quickly early, that allowed the pass rush to get to him.
For the marker on the ground. Breaks the tackle. And that is how we will wrap this one up. It's one thing to execute early in the game. Tight ball game, right at the end. You need the clutch plays. These guys deliver.
You can't teach that gene. You have people that can focus in the moment or they can't. Great job by the team, staying focused, understanding it's a close battle, win those one play at a time, and then look up and then, heck, I got the win.
Yeah, David, they just had ice in their veins, and you can tell there's tremendous leadership on this football team. Guys can step up, and in the huddle, they can make sure that everybody else is focused to the task at hand in order to get the W.